The corn rootworm is only 1/4 of an inch long, about the width of a pencil. But this tiny beetle costs American corn farmers a fortune each year. That's why it's been called the billion-dollar bug. Western corn rootworms were first reported feeding on corn in 1909. Until then, they had survived in small numbers, feeding on weeds and grasses. But after World War II, everything changed. In the Midwest, corn became a more prominent crop, and the western corn rootworm became a major pest. As corn production spread, western corn rootworms followed. Today, they're common all over the US and even in Europe. And within the US, northern corn rootworms and southern corn rootworms have also become a real problem. Starting in late July, each female lays eggs in the soil, up to 1,000 eggs at a time. By early September, a typical cornfield can have 10 to 20 million eggs per acre, with some fields as high as 50 million eggs per acre. Some of these eggs will die over the winter. Most will never reach adulthood. But if you start with 10 million eggs, even if 99% of them die, that still leaves 100,000 adults per acre. In the spring, the surviving eggs hatch into larvae. The young larvae burrow like worms through the soil and feed on the roots of the corn plants. If they cause enough damage, a corn plant can droop and wither. The larvae continue to burrow and eat for about a month. They develop into pupae, and then they go dormant in the soil. In early to midsummer, as the corn starts to silk, they emerge as adult rootworm beetles. They feast on corn silks and leaves and especially pollen. When the corn has matured and is no longer producing pollen, they move on to other nearby fields. They feed on weeds like volunteer corn and ragweed. In some areas, they've even adapted to feed on the leaves and flowers of soybeans. And finally, they spread. An adult can fly up to 20 miles per day. The female keeps laying new groups of eggs in different places for the next 2 months. In the northern US and in Europe, the eggs hatch the next spring and it all starts again. And in the southern US, the southern corn rootworm can go through 2 or 3 whole generations within a single year, and affect plants in the seed and seedling stages as well. In short, corn rootworms are a serious threat to American corn farming. In the next few videos, we'll explore exactly what they can do to your crops, and what you can do to stop them.